Hello, my name's Paul Jackson and I'm your race officer for the 505 class UK National Championships. This is the competitor briefing, which we will be posting online together with the slides shortly after 5 o'clock on Friday. Welcome everybody, and it's great to have you down here at the WPNSA. We're looking forward to a challenging 4 days, but hopefully everybody can get a great deal of enjoyment out of the 4 days sailing. Just a quick introduction to key event people. The event supervisor is Sally Reynoldson. She is part of the WPNSA, well, very important part of the WPNSA team. And the class representative is Russ Clark. And as I said earlier, I'm the race officer, Paul Jackson. One very short slide about COVID. All I would like to say, or we would like to say, is please could all competitors and visitors be responsible for following the national guidelines, whatever they may be and however they change, and to read and follow the local guidelines, which can be viewed on the WPNSA website, and they can be found under the tab About Us. Instructions given by officials and organisation staff should be followed, and thank you very much for that. As always, we ask all the competitors to read the sailing instructions. This briefing is to highlight a few aspects of these instructions. It does not replace the sailing instructions. Any questions relating to the briefing should be emailed to the race office before 8 o'clock on the 17th of July, and we will make the responses as normal through the official notice board. The official notice board can be found on the event website, and so can things such as online protest forms, sailing instructions, etc., etc. In addition to the communication, the official communication, we have started a WhatsApp group for competitors to communicate with you. It's only for general information, but it's to help you understand the way we're thinking, what might be changing, times of meals, etc., etc. The protest form is available, as I said, on the event notice board. Just a quick point out that if we're sailing inside the harbour, the protest time limit is 60 minutes after the last boat finishes, but if we're out in the harbour, it's 90. So please, if that does happen and you do need to protest, please don't hang around. The quicker we get them done, the better. And post-race penalties can also be accepted through the event website. Many of you will recognise the committee boat. It's Gyrinus. That boat will be both the start and the finish boat. Please make sure you've read the sailing instructions reference the gate start and the detailed process. Just quickly going through the marks, 1, 2, 3S and 3P are blue cylinder buoys with a black band, and Mark 1A will be a small orange dumpy buoy. The change mark is a 1.6 meter black buoy. Sorry about the word dumpy buoy in there. It's a 1.6 meter black cylinder, basically. The starting mark will either be a race committee vessel displaying an orange flag or the dam buoy, and the dam buoy will form one end of the start line for the gate, and the pathfinder and the gate boat displaying flag G will obviously be the other end of the start line as it progresses out. The finishing mark will be the committee vessel and a dam buoy displaying a blue flag. Courses we're going to use are Lima Whiskey, Tango Lima and Tango Whiskey. So all the course diagrams are shown on in the sailing instructions, sorry. For Saturday, we have 2 races with a target time of 75 minutes. The remaining schedule is in the sailing instructions, and if we have to change this, it will be changed as stated in the SIs. With the weather forecast that we have, there are likely to be changes. So registration is online between 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock on Saturday. The competitors briefing we are now doing, this is it. The tally provisionally on Saturday will be noon, and the release shortly afterwards, 12:15-ish, with a first warning at 13:55. We hopefully will be out in the bay, so that will give you sufficient time to get to the course area. Please make sure you've registered in accordance with the SIs, and as I said, it's our intention to run racing in Weymouth Bay, but should weather conditions prevent this, either too high winds or too low winds, and needing to avoid tide, we reserve that we can bring in the course inside Portland Harbour. We will try and start all the follow-on races as quickly as possible after the preceding race. When we display Delta and you launch, we will give good time for competitors to reach the course area, but we're not going to wait for competitors who fail to launch promptly following the Delta display. In the harbour, we have a number of anchored vessels, and in the bay, we have a number of anchored vessels, all of which have a 100-metre exclusion zone around them. Please do not contravene that. Postponement to shore will be done in the usual manner by the race committee, and the flags will all be displayed from the main mast at the academy. If a postponement to shore is going to be removed, we will endeavour to put a notice on the WhatsApp a minimum of 15 minutes before we remove the AP signal, just so people have a chance to wind up, really. To the weather. Bit of a challenging weekend this is likely to be. As you can see here, the Saturday we're expecting an easterly veering to a southwesterly with 3 to 7 knots. That's going to be challenging if the 7 knots doesn't get to us. Sunday, northeast veering southeast, then southwest. I think it's fair to say your guess is as good as mine as to how that's going to work. We will just have to stay monitoring Sunday, and similarly with Monday. I think Monday it starts to look better, but maybe a little bit later. And then Tuesday looks to be a pretty promising day. As I said earlier, it's our intention to use gate start where possible. So please make sure you've read the sailing instructions, reference the operation of the gate start. The default period the gate will be open is 4 minutes, and the Pathfinder release is after 2 minutes. We will please observe the board on the committee vessel, where I will post the times, because as we learn with the fleet, we may be able to shorten those periods. The forecast is, as I said, somewhat variable, and we have the facility in the sailing instructions to do a line start if required. And in that case, the race committee will make the first attempt to start on a P flag, and then the first stage penalty will be U, followed by a black. I think, please, everybody, respect the line, and we should get the races away in good order. Prize giving will take place as soon as possible after racing on Tuesday. And finally, thank you to everybody at the WPNSA for their help with this event, together with all the volunteers who've come in to help run the racing, the mark layers, the committee boat crew, the safety boats, everybody, beach, shoreside, and bridge. Thank you very much indeed. Let's have a great time, and best wishes to everybody. Thank you.